But we do have another clip that we wanted to share with you. It's about Prime Minister Justin Trudeau being asked about his refusal to have a public inquiry into Chinese election interference, despite the House of Commons passing a non-binding motion to do just that last week. Finally, leader of the NDP opposition, which has formed an unofficial coalition with the Justin Trudeau Liberals, finally they voted against them to go forward with a public inquiry. So this quick clip we have here is in regards to that. Maybe we'll just go ahead and show it before we give any commentary.
Chinese interference, Mr. Speaker. No, this government hasn't been able to sweep it under the rug. On Thursday, the House voted in favor of a public independent inquiry on Chinese interference. The Bloc Québécois, the NDP, the Conservatives are all in favor, and 72% of Canadians are for it. Even the member for Don Valley North is for it. Even the Liberal, who is facing the most serious allegations, is asking for an inquiry to cast light on this. When will the Prime Minister understand that the only defensible option is a public inquiry? The Right Honourable Prime Minister. Mr. Speaker, I take this very seriously. It is a non-partisan issue, or an issue that should never be partisan. That is why we have appointed an unimpeachable, non-partisan expert, the former Governor General, David Johnston, who will review this matter and decide whether to call for an inquiry or another type of investigation, and we will certainly implement his recommendations. 2 national security organizations will investigate the matter, and they will get to the bottom of it. Mr. Speaker, we can see here how the Bloc Québécois is trying to make this into a partisan issue, but it isn't. This is a serious matter that must be addressed impartially and independently. And that is exactly why we asked an extraordinary Canadian who has often proved his loyalty and service to the country. That is why we have asked him to oversee all necessary processes to get to the bottom of things and to ensure that Canadians know that we are doing everything we can to fight foreign interference. That is the serious approach that Canadians deserve, not partisan attacks.
Yeah, that's really rich, isn't it, Tamara? Blackface talking about nonpartisanship. David Johnson is a family friend of the Trudeaus. They skied together. I think they had chalets close to each other. And let's make no mistake here. I know special rapporteur. Ooh, that sounds serious. All that means it's just a fancy word, Tamara, for an advisor. But you know what? I guess that happened yesterday. Justin Trudeau is committed to a Johnson investigating a dong. And yesterday, I'm going to point out that it was National Viagra Day. Make what you will of that, Tamara Ugolini.
I can always count on you, David, for that comedic relief. Now that my mind is in the gutter, allow me to pick it back up.
Your mind never goes there, Tamara.
What is this government's problem with, they're always touting transparency and openness and honesty. And so what is the problem with going forward with a full public inquiry, right? Justin Trudeau is hiding behind issues of national security concerns is basically what he's stated. Why they can't move forward with a full public inquiry is because what will be disclosed is of national security and only select parliamentarians can review it. And so there are certain things there that can never reach the public knowledge of Canadians. And I don't know about you, but I don't think that that's really how a democracy works.
No.
I think that there should be full disclosure here, and there should be public scrutiny. And for the Liberals to once again appoint someone to investigate themselves, it just goes to show that they don't actually care about being open, transparent, or honest. They want to hide behind some sort of veil of secrecy and not give Canadians the full knowledge so that they can start to vote accordingly, right? If some of the ethical infringements that this prime minister has engaged upon and in throughout his reign over Canada the last almost 7 years, then I would say that if the mainstream media was critical and scrutinized him for those ethical violations, then he would have never been voted in for a second term. Instead, they focused on, how great his hair was, his cool, trendy socks, and then the wedge issue in 2021, which was the vaccine mandates and really dividing and sowing that wedge between Canadians who were making a contrarian health choice that went against the public health diktats of this government that were following and towing the big pharma safe and effective narrative, which is a marketing slogan.
You're so right. I look at all the scandals of this government: We Charity, SNC Lavalin, blackface, the Aga Khan fiasco, that disastrous trip to India. Hey, even myself getting beaten up by his Royal Canadian Mounted Henchmen. If we had a mainstream media that actually did its job and went after this government, like blackface, for example, you know as well as I do, if some ancient photo emerged from Stephen Harper's past, even if it was at a Halloween party with blackface on, it would still be front page news right now. But everything is a pass. And I just wonder if he's going to get off the hook on this as well. And when it comes to transparency and his, this nonsense about, sensitive secrets of our spy agency, CSIS. No, I understand that. Having CSIS reps testify doesn't mean they're going to hand over in public all the methodology of how they acquired the information. It just is to verify that this information that they have, in this case, Chinese interference with, 11 liberal members of the government, is true. So it's not throwing, the baby out with the bathwater, so to speak. So it's absolute garbage, especially since going back to election night victory for Justin Trudeau, October 2015, he promised, remember, Tamara, the most transparent government in Canadian history. Folks, I'm telling you, it's the precise opposite.
Yeah, absolutely. And we continue, I feel like a broken record at this point. We continually point out how that isn't factual. It sounds good and that flowery language is there, but actions speak louder than words, Justin Trudeau. And his actions continually show that he is committed to secrecy and censorship. In case some of the bills that he's legislated or pushing through legislation don't speak for themselves, like Bill C-11, Bill C-18. But
that's a clip from something we call Rebel News Daily. It's our daily live stream hosted by my friend David Menzies, but the show also includes a rotating cast of hosts and special guests, including me. It's a great way for us to talk about the news of the day as the news is happening in an unscripted fashion, and it's an awesome way for you to interact with us as well. We stream every weekday, 1 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Mountain, wherever you find Rebel News. See you there.